This video is on rental and recurring invoices in Odoo. So we are going to go into our CRM, and we see we have some leads in our pipeline, some opportunities, prospects, and we can move them along the pipeline. We're going to create a new one with our test company, and then I'm going to just specify a fake email for some expected revenue. So we have our new opportunity for test company. We're going to create a new rental for this customer. I'm going to specify our product, the rental product, and then the subscription for the product. So then we'll add on our rental product. And then our, oops. And then we can change the rental length. So for example, we'll do the 27th to the 27th. Or actually March 27th. So 2 months. And the unit price of 500. And then we also have our recurring revenue. So that rental fee right here. So the first month basically acts as a upfront payment. So we see here that the total amount is here for that monthly recurring and that first month's rental. So what we do is we can send it by email. Includes the PDF of that product there. And we send it. We can go into the portal as the customer. This is what the customer sees when they click into their email. We can sign for it, and then we can go into back into our end and see that the order has been confirmed. So right here, it shows that the order signed. The quotation is now in a sales order. So the customer can come here and click, or I'm sorry, the inventory manager can come here and click validate the product. They'll inspect the product, allow it to be shipped out, and we see that we have one quantity in our rental. Now we can create the invoice. We see it also created the recurring subscription. So we will create the invoice. It's created here for that 500. This will be for the first month. We can send and print it just like we did with the rental agreement. Or we can register the payment right here as well. So registering the payment is just recording that payment in Odoo. When we create the payment, it shows that it's in payment, and then once we reconcile with our bank account, it will show that it has been marked paid. So now we see that we have that invoice here. We also see our subscription, which is our monthly recurring invoice. So we see the date of the next invoice is 2/27, and it will automatically generate that invoice and send it to the customer. So back to our sales order. We see here we have the return button, and we can see when it needs to be returned by going to this date. If we go to schedule, or actually orders, we see to return. So anything that needs to be returned today will be under to return, and then there's also to pick up. So we have a few orders that are going to be picked up today, and then we can also change the view as well. So we see here the rental status as well as the order date, and if we want to filter by maybe to return or late, we could do that as well. Also, if you want to filter by date, month, um, anything like that as well. And there's also custom filters in Odoo, so you're able to filter based on any record on the rental. You can also group by specifically customer. Right here, they're all for the same customer, but you also will be able to see the total amount per customer um, by filtering this. And then if you wanted to export your data to further manipulate, you can do that as well. The other thing you can see is the calendar view. So we see here we have 5 orders staggered between the different times, so it's going based on the minutes. So that's why they're staggered like this. And we see that specifically for today. So based on the calendar, you'll be able to see the different rental orders per day, month, anything like that. So this is a calendar view for the month where you can see the layer of orders. The other thing we can do is go into reporting, and we see the daily ordered quantity, so the amount of units ordered within a day. Well, here we have a couple, about 12 that were ordered um, for the day, and then we also see here that then they're returned, and we have 9 ordered from about the end of January until the 26th. And then you can filter as well and specify any custom filters based on maybe you want to see product and total amount ordered, or maybe by serial number or something like that. So what we're going to do is go into we can go into our actual rental products. We see here we have a couple rental products. And then here is where you can see how many units are in rental, how many were purchased, um, the amount on hand, as well as forecasted. So forecasted is going to take into account any units that have been already confirmed with a rental agreement or purchase order or uh, sales order. So for example, if we are ourselves buying a few more units of this, they will be taken into account of with our purchase, as well as any units that we may be selling to a customer as well. So over here we see the amount sold, and so for example, if we wanted to click in and see the amount rented, we see that here. And then if we wanted to go back into our product, we can click on this, what we call the breadcrumb, and then we can also see uh, the product moves here. So here we have 14 different moves. We see a few that were bought and then a few that were sold, as well as some rentals. So that's the product 360 view. It's a lot similar. It's very similar to the customer 360 view,